Hello everyone, welcome again. And today in this video, we are going to automate e-commerce application. And in this, the task is we have to read the price of the product. Okay, whatever the price available in this page. So we have to scrape all the price. But the tricky part here is like it has a scrolling like when you see that page is coming, so we cannot count the exact count of the number of products over there. It's keep scrolling. So how can you handle this kind of situation? Let's see. Let's check it. It's keep going. So we have a problem like there is an infinite uh, scrolling required. So for that, let's perform first a simple task to try to read this price over here, and then we'll go for a scrolling thing, right? How can we handle this kind of situation while you're working with the automation? Okay, so first thing what I need to do, I need to navigate on this URL. So I'm going to directly navigating to this URL driver dot navigate to, and this is my URL where I need to navigate. The next thing here, I need to scrap this price for each product. So let's inspect it and create XPath. So okay, let's find the path of this span. So here we have a product summary price which says under the paragraph, and if I go to the top right here and I copy this, so I can say not spawn p at the rate data hyphen test id equals to this, and under this we can directly read this as well, or we can go for more specific. We can keep a span over there. Now I have XPath. Okay, so let's go over there and create a list and find this element. So list, then by value list of type by element. So I can say price element list equals to driver dot find elements by this XPath, right? And then what can I do? I can put a for loop over there. Not this much hectic. Let's say simple for loop. I need a for each loop. Okay, for each loop, and I can say this is a price element, and I can render it one by one and print over my console by using sysout. So I'm going to say price element dot get text. Okay, so it will display the price. But let's observe one thing over the page. When I go and reload this page quickly, and I found by this XPath we are getting 100 now, and if I scroll it more and more and more, and yeah, now it's showing 204. So there is no any static value of the number of products, so every time we have to scroll it down to read it. First let's simply run this and check what happened, and then we'll do for the scrolling part. That one is the tricky part. So I'm doing it manually. So it's navigated to the URL, and okay, see, it's started printing. Okay, it's reading the data. But if you notice here, it's not reading the whole data. Okay, if I check the size of this list, let's say I want to get the size. Let me check the size of this list. Sys out price list dot size, then check the size. Okay, so it started loading. It's taking time in a loading, but you say it's executed and the size is 114, but there is more than 114 product over there over the page. So we have to read that document. We have to read, but there is a requirement. We have to read all the data. Okay, we have to retrieve all the prices over there. So in this case, we have to use some scrolling terminology. So this is the tricky part for this task. And this is an important task that is already asked in some technical interviews, technical round of interviews. They give you this kind of task to perform over there. So you have to be ready for this as well. So how can you do that? The first thing, we need a JavaScript executor. Okay, so I'm say JavaScript executor JS equals to, and typecast my driver into JavaScript executor driver here. Okay, now in this JS I have to perform some operations. So I need to know the current position of my scroller. Okay, what is the current position? So this is the position, okay, here. So we have this thing like we have some command that can return that thing, and let's say store into a long variable and long, and we can name it as a current height, we can say, and we can call javascript dot execute script js.execute script, and here we can pass one script, that is return document dot body dot scroll height. So this will, okay, let's typecast it into long. Okay, see, this will return the current position of the scroll. Okay, we have here. Now what I need to do, I need to scroll it down, and we don't have any fixed number of time how many times we have to scroll it. Okay, so let's put a while loop over there and keep it infinite. So I'm passing always true, so it will keep loading, it will keep moving, will break it, our condition will meet. Okay, so just leave this, and here what I can do, I have to scroll it now, so we can pass another script, JavaScript executor, and here I can pass window dot scroll, I guess, to scroll to, and here we have to pass a two parameter. The first one is a 0 we can pass, and the second one till the document length. So we can say document dot body dot scroll height. Okay, so it will scroll the page till this body height whenever the body is ending. Okay, and let's store this one as well into a variable and say long. No, here we are just scrolling it. Okay, so we don't need to store it, and again I'm using this line of statement here, and this time we are storing into a new variable called new height. Okay, and let's compare them once. Okay, just understand the situation. Once both height, the current height and new height will be equals, in that condition it will be reached at the end of the page. Okay, it will stop the loading. So let's break it. If current height is equals to new height, then break the loop. Or what we'll do, in my current height I will store the new height. Okay, so now the current height will be our new height. You can say you can keep it as an old height, and change it to hold height. It's more meaningful now. Okay, so in this way it will keep loading, keep loading, keep loading until it will not reach in this condition. Once this condition will be true, it will break the loop and come out, and then we'll go and get the price of that product. Okay, so here we have a price element list, and then we can put a loop here again for each loop, and here we have a price element, you can say, and we can print the price here. Price element dot get text. Okay, and then we put a toString if required. Converting to a toString. Yeah, that's fine. So everything is run, ready, set, go. Let's check is it working or not. So I think it should work. I'm running it. I'm exiting it manually, and I will close one pop-up for you, and then now the automation will start his work to it will start to scraping the data from the whole page. It will automatically scroll it, keep scrolling, and then get the data. Okay, this is the requirement. Is it working or not? I'm sure. Yeah, it's scrolling. First time it's scroll, and it's starting. It's printed the data. Let's keep scrolling and printing. Okay, it's not. It's not. After first scroll, as it stopped over there. So what we'll do after this scroll, we'll keep some wait. Okay, so because the condition is getting update quickly, sleep, and let's keep this sleep for 3 seconds, right? Because in the first execution only the condition got passed, so we'll keep wait over there after a scroll, so it will update the value. So let's minimize it. I'm not sure what's no, it's still under execution. Yeah, it's a scroll once, scroll twice, scrolling. Perfect, it's working, man. So it will scroll until it will reach at the end of the page. Okay, that's it will keep scrolling, and we'll see all the data over there. uh like price of the all the product that is available into this page. So this is a real-time problem this user face during the automation by Selenium. And if you like the video, please subscribe the code one and share it with your friends. I was preparing for an interview, and this is a really important question. And like if you are facing any technical interview question where they are asking to perform some task, right? So let's see. It will take time to execute because it's keep scrolling. So just we need to wait for a while. It might take around 40 or 50 seconds, I guess. All because we are also using wait over there, so it's holding the execution for 3 seconds. Okay, it's reached at the end now, and let's see our console, what we can see into console. You can see the data over there, man. We are getting the data. No, this is not the new one. It's getting the list of, we are getting list of 114 product. Okay, I got it. And see, sorry, we are getting this list here, we are iterating here before before scrolling it. Okay, that's why. So after scrolling it, we need to call this. Okay, once the scrolling is done, then we'll call this and we'll perform this operation. Okay, let's run this time. This is the final, I guess. It will keep scrolling until it will reach to the end of the page. Okay, it's end now. This time, hopefully, now you will wait for 5 seconds, and now it's printing the value. Now you can see it's printing all the data, all the price over there. It's at 1400 data over there. If I go here, so it's showing 1466 records. Okay, so in this way you can scrape a price of product from the websites, like this will require when you work on a web scraping. Okay, so in this way you can retrieve any list of the product, you can get the price, you can find the highest price, lowest price, and you can work with this data. So thank you so much for watching. If you need more video, please subscribe code one, and write in a comment your task, automation task, so I will try to perform it. So if you facing any issue during the automation, you can ask us. Thank you.